People at the restaurant froze. No one expected a man in $1,000 suit to explode like that, especially over a glass of water. "Are you deaf or just stupid?" he shouted across the dining floor, eyes blazing. Every fork dropped. Phones came out. But the waitress? She just stood there, quiet, calm, and staring straight into his rage like it was nothing. What happened next shook the internet. It was a busy Friday night, the kind where the whole city felt alive. Laughter, clinking glasses, and soft music filled the upscale bistro nestled downtown. That's when he walked in. Expensive shoes, gold cufflinks, a Rolex that could feed a family for a year. He didn't wait to be seated. He walked straight to an empty table and snapped his fingers, like royalty summoning a servant. Her name was Mia, early 20s, working double shifts to support her college tuition. She walked up with the same polite smile she gave everyone asking for his order. "Water with lemon. Now," he barked without even looking up. Mia nodded and returned moments later with the drink. But he wasn't satisfied. "This has 2 slices of lemon," he snapped, raising his voice. "I said 1. Mia apologized and offered to fix it, but he wasn't interested in water anymore. He wanted a scene. He stood up, voice rising, drawing attention. "Is this what service has come to? No wonder this country is falling apart." Other diners shifted uncomfortably. A couple near the window stood up to leave. A little boy clutched his mother's hand, scared by the shouting. Still, Mia didn't react. No tears, no anger, just a strange kind of quiet strength in her eyes. And then she spoke. Her voice was steady but firm, the kind that slices through noise without needing to rise. "Sir, I brought you what you asked for. And even if I hadn't, that tone won't earn you better service. It only reveals your character." For a split second, the man froze. The restaurant held its breath. Then someone clapped. A slow, deliberate clap from the back of the room. It spread like wildfire. First a few, then half. Then the entire restaurant applauding, not just the words, but the bravery. Mia didn't bask in the attention. She simply turned and walked away, not saying another word. But someone had caught the whole thing on video, and by the next morning, her life was never the same. By sunrise, Mia's face was everywhere. The video, only 48 seconds long, had gone viral on nearly every platform. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, even LinkedIn. "Waitress claps back with grace," the headlines read. Millions of views poured in, and so did the comments. She handled that like a queen. This is how you stand up without stooping low. Protect Mia at all costs. But Mia? She had no idea. She was already back at work, tying her apron, ready for another shift. Her phone buzzed endlessly in her pocket. But she was too focused on bills, schoolwork, and her next customer to care about notifications. It wasn't until her manager walked out of the back office, eyes wide, holding his phone, that she realized something had shifted. "Mia, you need to see this," he said, showing her the video. She stared at the screen, confused at first. Then she saw it, herself, standing calm in front of that rich man's outburst. Her words, her poise, the applause. Mia felt a wave of heat rush to her face. She had no idea someone had recorded it. She felt exposed, nervous, vulnerable. But the comments, the love, the support, it was overwhelming. Then came the reporters. That afternoon, local news stations showed up at the restaurant asking for an interview. "We want to hear her story." Mia was hesitant. She wasn't looking for fame, but the world had decided to make her a symbol, and there was power in that. By evening, she was sitting across from a national talk show host via Zoom. Nervous but calm, she answered every question with the same grace she had shown the night before. "I wasn't trying to go viral," she said. "I just wanted to stand up for myself without becoming like him." The host paused, visibly moved. That's the kind of strength we need to see more of. After the segment aired, it only got bigger. A well-known author offered to sponsor Mia's college tuition. A startup company offered her a job in communications. Even celebrities tweeted about her courage. But not all attention was good. Some people began digging into her past. Internet trolls looking for anything to discredit her. One anonymous account posted a blurry old photo from high school with a nasty caption. "People love building someone up just to tear them down." Mia whispered to herself that night, scrolling through the noise. Her hands trembled. For all the support, the hate still stung. She wasn't ready for this. She was just Mia. But then she got a message from someone unexpected. A woman who had been at the restaurant that night. The mother of the little boy who had clutched her hand when the yelling started. The message read, "Thank you for standing up. My son saw it all. He asked me later, why was that man so mean and how was she so brave? You gave me a moment to teach him something real. You showed him what dignity looks like. Mia stared at the screen, tears filling her eyes. It wasn't about the fame. It never was. This was bigger than her. Days turned into a whirlwind. Mia's life no longer felt like her own. Everywhere she went, grocery stores, coffee shops, even on the bus, someone recognized her. Some wanted photos, others just smiled with a silent nod of respect. Her inbox was filled with offers, media companies, podcasts, even a documentary crew. People wanted her story, but what no one really saw was how overwhelmed she felt behind the camera-ready smile. She missed the quiet, the simplicity. The days when her biggest worry was getting to class on time or saving enough tips to buy a second-hand laptop. But fame had a way of knocking down doors you never asked to open. One night, as she walked home through the city streets, hoodie pulled over her head, she passed a man curled up beside a closed bakery. His face was hidden beneath a ragged blanket. Mia paused, recognizing the worn leather shoes, the glint of a broken gold cufflink catching the streetlight. It was him, the rich man from the restaurant. He looked nothing like the powerful storm he once was. His face was tired, sunken, lost. His pride broken. She hesitated, torn between her past and her power. But then she remembered something. Grace isn't just how you stand up, it's also how you choose to reach down. She walked over, kneeling beside him. Do you remember me? She asked softly. He looked up slowly, shame clouding his eyes. I do, he whispered. I was angry. At life, at everything. And I took it out on you. Mia didn't scold him. She didn't walk away either. Instead, she handed him a wrapped sandwich from her bag and quietly said, You needed kindness that day. You just didn't know how to ask for it. That moment, simple, human, unscripted, never went viral. No cameras, no audience, just two people, broken in different ways, finding something close to healing. Back at home, Mia opened her laptop. Her scholarship had been finalized. Tuition was fully paid. She'd just been accepted into a public speaking mentorship program. The world had given her a platform, but she knew exactly what she wanted to do with it. She started a small video series called Voices Unheard, where she gave service workers, waiters, nurses, janitors, delivery drivers a chance to share their stories that would otherwise be ignored. And within months, the same world that clapped for her started listening to others too. Because one moment of courage sparked something much bigger. And Mia, she was no longer just a waitress. She had become a voice, a movement. A reminder that dignity once defended becomes contagious. In a world where status often speaks louder than kindness, one quiet voice changed everything. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes the smallest stand creates the biggest ripple. This is Blink's story, where real moments become unforgettable stories.